of you who don't know who we are Purple Sprout Caffeine Juice Bar located in Wheeling. We've been here for almost 5 years. We make organic, plant-based, whole foods-based food, a lot of raw items. We have a large line of healthy desserts, so it's all healthy food. So we do have, in our family, we have a history of healing through plant-based food. So that's why my husband and I, 5 years ago, we gave up our careers, him in the medical field, me in the corporate world, and we started cooking for all of you, basically, and we love it. We've loved it every single day for as long as we've done it. So besides having like a regular menu that you can order from, we also prepare meal plans weekly, monthly. Some people have been with us for more than a year because they're experiencing health benefits and they're loving the food. We also provide nutritional and Ayurvedic consultations where we actually work with people and we actually lead them through the healing process using different herbs and food, of course, and breathing techniques and fasting, juicing, so all the different healing modalities. So, and what else? Very slowly, we're also getting into wholesale now, especially since, you know, this whole COVID started, so it kind of, you know, prompted us to go in that direction more. So, and today we will be making healthy, plant-based ice cream bars. Please reserve your questions till the end, or actually, if it's like very important and you really need to ask the question at this particular moment, raise your hand so Vadim can.
I know, but that's next time.
You can send a message in the chat also. It would be easier, like if somebody send a message in the chat, because I don't see everyone, I have to scroll. There are like 25 people, I have to scroll around. But if you send a message in the chat, I immediately will see that.
Okay, excellent. All right, so let's get started. So these vegan ice cream bars, they are actually similar to Magnum ice cream bars, if for somebody who know what they taste like. Delicious, decadent taste. So, and there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 basically steps to this process. You have to have pre-soaked cashews. So I have a cup of pre-soaked cashews. You just rinse the cashews, dry cashews, then soak them in preferably filtered water for about 6 to 8 hours. Overnight is best. And then discard the water and they are ready to be used. That's where the creaminess comes from the soaked cashews. Okay, so actually, you know what, let's start, I'm sorry. I want to start today with the caramel part, because I want to put it in this form first. So let's do that. So for that, we have dates, about 10 to 12 large dates, heated, of course. And we have about 1/3 of a cup of tahini. And of course, we are big proponents of using all organic food because you really don't want all those chemicals in your body. So health-wise, there is even more harm from chemicals than from animal products. So that's probably #1 thing that we recommend people to do is to switch to organic food. Okay. Then we have about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. And a pinch of pink Himalayan salt. And because for somebody who likes their caramel a little on the salty side, but you absolutely don't have to add salt. And actually, we recommend that people do not use salt because our body does not process it. And the salt gets stored in our tissues, in the organs, in the joints. And the result is high blood pressure, arthritis, and some other things. So we actually just recently, I made a couple of posts on the salt and the different ways to eliminate salt from your daily lives using celery juice and some other tricks. So check out our page if you're interested. Okay, so now we're going to blend it. And the trick is to use a high-speed blender. And there are so many blenders out there. I always recommend the NutriBullet or Magic Bullet. It's one of the least expensive blenders. You can order it on Amazon. I believe they have it in Walmart or many other stores. So one of the least expensive ones, and it does a superior job, superb job. Okay, so now we're gonna blend it. Okay. So this is our caramel. And if you want, you can make it a little more liquid. Okay, so that's the caramel. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spread it on the bottom of the mold. Let me do that and I'll show you what it looks like. Doesn't have to be even, doesn't have to be perfect. I actually like it when it's not perfect, when it looks handmade.
You have to clean this mold.
Okay, so I'm making 3 right now, but it's actually enough. This amount is enough for 6 to 8 ice cream bars. You can stretch it to 10 as well. Okay, so now maybe I'll tilt the screen a little bit so you can see what I'm making here. Is that better? You won't see me.
Yep. Yes. Good.
But you'll see my table. Okay. Ruslan, can you please push this back a little? More. Can you go more? More? Okay, and a little that way, the other way, the other way. No, that's too much. Down, down, down. Okay, all right, I think that's good. You can see half of my face. All right, so the next step, we are making the filling part. So we have a cup of soaked cashews. And I have, I'm using cashew pieces here that are so much more less expensive. So that's, that's another trick on how to make raw organic food a little more affordable. Okay, so cashews. Then we will be using a can of coconut milk or coconut cream. So again, get organic. We like this brand. Can you see? It's sold at Costco stores. And also, there is even a better one. I don't remember the name of it, but you can find it on thrivemarket.com. So this can only has some kind of a gum. Yes, guar gum. So the other one, the one that's sold on thrivemarket.com doesn't even have that gum. So it's just the coconut. which is perfect. Okay, so I'm using the cream. There is a little bit of water left, just a little bit. So I won't use it, but you can. I'll use the water for something else. Okay, all right. And the last ingredient is 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. So when it comes to maple syrup, you can also use dates here. You don't have to use syrup, but your ice cream will not be white. It will have a little bit of a caramel cream hue to it, but you totally can. Let's push this towards me. Okay, so affordable maple syrup, this brand is sold at Costco. Also, instead of maple syrup, you can use coconut nectar, coconut secret, or the Thrive Market brand, or date nectar. You can also make your own date syrup by just soaking dates for a few days in the fridge. So that would be, so homemade date syrup or just dates, that would be the healthiest, of course. Okay, so now we will blend it.
Can you address some of the questions in the chat?
Let's see. Vadim, will you be able to read them to me?
Yes, I can. Let me. What is the advantage of long soak versus quick hot water soak?
So hot water, you can if you are in absolute hurry, but if it's very hot, then of course it will change the molecular structure of the food. And also hot water activates all kinds of bacteria. So when you take the food safety class, they always tell you, always wash your produce and everything else with cold water, so the bacteria are not activated.
Let's do questions after the demo, because there are quite a lot of questions and we probably should do demo first. So go ahead.
Yes, I agree. Let's do that. Okay, so that way, let's address the questions at the end. That way you will be able to follow the process better. Okay, so we are blending our filling now. We want it to be very smooth. Okay. Oh, if you could only smell it. So I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to spill it. So it's very, very smooth. Okay. So now I'm going to fill my mold with this filling. And it goes in the freezer for 4 to 6 hours. So if you have something going on, if you have something going on in the evening, I did it again. So it's better to do this in the morning so it's ready to go in the evening. Or make the ice cream the evening of the in the evening and eat it, enjoy it the following morning. Okay. So now we will put it in the freezer and I will be right back. Islam, can you bring me the ice cream, please? Beautiful. And here I have frozen ice cream. So this is what it looks like. So one has caramel on the bottom, one has caramel on top. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Okay, so now before we dip the ice cream bars in the chocolate, we have to make the chocolate. And that's the last step. Okay, so we will be taking a cup of cacao powder, a cup of coconut oil, melted. So in the summertime, it's always in the liquid form. When it starts to get cold, you will need to actually get it to the liquid state. And half a cup of maple syrup. Then you just whisk it together. If you put this mixture in the blender, it will probably turn into this rubbery mixture. So use the whisk instead. And if the coconut oil is sufficiently melted, then it takes just a few moments. So it's not as hot anymore, so it takes a little bit more of an effort to make it smooth. Okay, that's it. The chocolate is ready. So the beauty of this chocolate is that you can use it for anything. You can drizzle it over your pastry or over your cake. You can dip bananas and strawberries in it, anything basically.
Can you show the chocolate to people? Can you show that?
I'll try. Can you see it?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, you can add either, and that's completely optional, either chopped nuts and seeds, or I like to add sprouted buckwheat cereal, little box, for this particular recipe. They provide such a nice crunch. A little more. So then the creaminess of the ice cream, the decadent chocolate, and the crunch of little box. Oh my goodness, divine. Okay, so now we need our ice cream bars. Okay, you just dip them in the chocolate like that. Just like so. And you put them in the freezer. Do the other one. And see, they're so simple to make. That's the caramel part, that's the filling part. Kids can do it. You can have a get together with friends and make them together. Okay, so give us a few moments. We'll be right back. Oh, actually, here, this one. I'll have my helper put them in the freezer. So we'll give it a few minutes and I can answer your questions in the meantime.
Do you see questions, or would you like me to ask you? Can you read the questions, or you would like me to tell you?
Please tell me, because it's difficult for me to get to the computer.
Not a problem. Second question about salt, because you mentioned that you would like to avoid salt. The question, what about Celtic sea salt?
It doesn't matter. Of course, Celtic sea salt and sea salt and Pink Himalayan salt, they're all better than conventional salts that have anti-caking, carcinogenic ingredients added to them, chemicals added to them, but still, salt is salt. It's still stored in the joint, so on and so forth. So even from our personal experience, I can tell you that so when we were fasting, we had a lot of salt coming out of our bodies. So we know firsthand that the salt, it doesn't get dissolved in our body. It doesn't get absorbed. It doesn't nurture us at all. It just gets stored, and after time it starts, creating a negative effect.
Okay, next question. Can you leave the oil out or sub it with something else?
Yes, absolutely. So I was expecting that question. Thank you. So in the, where are we using the salt? In the caramel part, instead of the 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil, you can use coconut cream. It will work just as well. And when you're making chocolate, you can replace the coconut oil with cacao butter. I guess that would be the best substitute, or coconut butter.
Next question, any creative alternative to ice cream molds?
Good question. I'm sorry about all the phone calls. Creative alternatives. I guess you can use like a cup or something shallow. Oh, I know. I've done it for the kids before. So use some kind of a shallow dish or like a baking container of some sort. And instead of the wooden stick, you can use a spoon, for example. I've done that. Otherwise, these forms are like $12, $13 on Amazon. So, and there are 2 of them. So you get 6 cavities for that amount. So not expensive at all.
Good. So we're done with the questions. There are some comments about Trader Joe's sell organic coconut cream, but there is no more question. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, so we're done with the questions, right? So here's the ice cream. So after it's, the actual ice cream bar is frozen, the chocolate takes only, a few minutes, and they're ready to be enjoyed. I'm gonna do it right now. Oh my goodness. Can you see it?
Yes, excellent. So we're right on time, 6:28. Let me see if there are any more questions. And if people have questions, we have like another 5 minutes. We can answer questions perhaps. You can type your question. It would be easier. So like I can repeat if needed.
They look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Try making them, please.
Oh, we will.
Can you substitute carob powder for cacao powder?
You can. The combination of carob and coconut oil doesn't always work. Sometimes it turns into a sticky mixture, so it doesn't have the same properties as cacao. But so you can actually, use like cashew cream or almond milk, and then it works for some reason. So we've tested.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, if there is no questions, we can probably, I mean, it's good timing. It's 6:30 right now, 6:29.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm impressed with how health conscious you are. Love your questions about the salt and oil replacers and carob. So that's actually what we prefer. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you, Irina, for all your hard job. And it's like really nice and useful and very helpful. In only 30 minutes, we learned how to do ice cream. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you, everyone participating. We will post video. We will not be able to post video on Meetup, but we will do it on YouTube and provide the link to YouTube.
Excellent, beautiful. Yeah, so when I'm not talking, this ice cream takes maybe 10 minutes. So make it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, thank you all so much. Thank you, Vadim.
Thank you.
ChicagoVeg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much
Bye-bye.
love.
Bye.